open up the ceremony, I'd like to bring up the co-founder, along with Arnold Schwarzenegger, of the Arnold Sports Festival, the largest sports festival in the world, Jim Lorimer, my lifelong friend.
I've been friends and partners with Arnold for 50 years. That's a long relationship. But ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to the International Sports Hall of Fame and the 2020 Arnold Sports Festival. This presentation today to some of the truly world-level athletic performers has been a most pleasant task for the last 8 years. A strong group of outstanding athletes being recognized today. But I would like to share with you first some background, which I think you'd be interested in, regarding the fact that the Arnold Sports Festival has been sorely limited in scope this year. We have produced, over the last 45 years, what has become the largest multi-sport event in the world. And we are hosting this year competitions in 85 sports involving 22,000 athletes. That's 11,000 girls and 11,000 boys, as a matter of fact. But the governor of Ohio and the mayor of Columbus have decreed that the Arnold Sports Festival must be severely limited this year because of the perceived threat of the coronavirus virus to our nation. We were directed by law that we must cancel our very large expo, 800 booths, and prohibit attendance to many athletic venues. Our competitions, by our commitment, are continuing. But the impact of government has been very, very severe. So it's interesting to note that several other large expositions in this country have been canceled during this very challenging period. We're dealing with the most troubling problem affecting many businesses and expositions throughout the nation. And with that troubling background, we're very pleased that today again, this afternoon, we have the most pleasant opportunity of especially recognizing and commending some truly outstanding world-level athletes and inducting them in the International Sports Hall of Fame. The man who is the founder of this great recognition program is Dr. Bob Goldman. He is himself a man of considerable athletic achievement, and they are listed in the Guinness Book of World Records. He is also the holder of a 7th degree black belt. He is a man of great accomplishment in several fields, and we thank him for his founding of the great recognition, the International Sports Hall of Fame program. Bob? Right.
Thank you. Jim is like a second father to so many of us, including Arnold, so it's always great to have him here And Jim is a young 94 years old. And so we need to give him a big round of applause. We were founded in the year 2012, and the reason that I started the International Sports Hall of Fame was to recognize great legends and icons, which all of these people are, but not only for their sporting achievements, but even more so for who they are as human beings. These are people that give back through charitable works, through example. And so even if you're the greatest world champion in the world, if you do not give back and do not do things post-career, if you are not paying it forward, then you are not a candidate. And all of these individuals are the types of people who are always giving back throughout every phase of their career because their inspiration inspires millions. And that's why we want to recognize all of you here today. And we have a very unique class that we're very, very proud of, that half the class is women this year. And this is, to us, this is one of our greatest achievements as a Hall of Fame. So we're excited. So let's give a round of applause. We finally got the right ratio. Know that the International Sports Hall of Fame are headquartered in perpetuity at the University of Texas, Austin. And that is the largest sports museum in the world is located there. And many of us have donated our papers and materials and archives to this huge institution, and all of the videos as well as the memorabilia and so on. So all of you will also be enshrined in perpetuity at the University of Texas, Austin, at the Stark Center, which is an endowed facility. So it's not just about today. The other aspects that are so unique about this opportunity is that the speeches and everything and the photographs and the video we share with everybody. When I started this, I wanted this to be completely non-commercial. So all you see, today is all about these people. It's all about these individuals who have given back so much for so long, and now post-career, they're still continuing to give back. This would not be possible without the world champions in the past who come each year to support our activities, but also our advisory board. We have a global advisory board, international advisory board of individuals who work so hard to help add to the prestige of this event. And we're very honored today to have some of our global advisory board members here today. Dan Solomon, who's recently been made head of the Mr. Olympia competition. Eric Hillman, who runs the Europa Championships. Rick Collins, who has given legal advice to the whole industry in bodybuilding and fitness. UFC world champion and multi-Hall of Famer and Olympic wrestler, Randy Couture. Jim Lorimer, who is here, who just did the introduction, as well as Arnold Schwarzenegger, also on our global advisory board. And this would not be possible without my senior vice president, Fairfax Hackley, who works all year long to make this happen. I would not be able to do it without this great team of people. So you're here, we're really witnessing history. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This group of individuals may never be in the same place again. And in the past, we've had situations where we had, I would say in all the years I'm doing this, the most unique and amazing life experience for me as a kid and now as an adult to have Bruno Sammartino, who was one of the greatest wrestlers in the world, Franco Columbu, who's now passed away, one of the strongest men in the world, and Arnold Schwarzenegger had not seen each other in 43 years till I put them on the stage together up here several years ago. Last time they saw each other was 43 years prior, working out in the gym, and Arnold was going, boy, he's so strong, he lifted everybody up, watching Bruno. And I met Bruno back in 1979 when I was just a kid working for Jack LaLanne. And Jack LaLanne, Bruno Sammartino, Bill Pearl were all on stage. And then to get to honor Franco and Bruno in the same class, and Arnold is in the class of 212, and Randy was in the class of 212 as well. So this has become a family, and many of the champions come back every year. So this is truly a family event. It's history in the making. What you're seeing today may never be seen again with these individuals all in the same room together along with all of you. So again, I want to thank you for being here to witness this with us, to experience this with us. It's a very special day for all of us. I'd like to introduce our first inductee. This is not only a remarkable individual, but also the youngest person, male or female, to ever be inducted into the International Sports Hall of Fame. Kirstie Ennis. After she was seriously injured during military tour in Afghanistan, she continues serving by doing fundraising and helping others through the Kirstie Ennis Foundation. She focused on outdoor climbing and doing feats that people on two legs couldn't even imagine that she was doing on one leg because she lost one of her legs in that military incident. She continues to climb higher and higher, and she is tackling all 7 summits on one leg by 2021, the tallest summits in the world. Her story began after the injury, after more than 40 surgeries and amputation of her leg and then below the knee. This young lady has done more in 28 years than anyone could imagine in a series of lifetimes. She was the cover of ESPN magazine for the body issue. Prince Harry took photos of her after she completed a 1,000-mile walk across England and Wales and Scotland for the British nonprofit Walking for the Wounded. That appeared in People magazine. And she was also honored by the annual Body Image Hero in 2016 in People magazine. She completely redefines what it means to be a disabled athlete and has competed in so many things, but her goal of climbing all the summits by 2021 is truly remarkable. So when we talk about remarkable individuals, people who go way beyond what we would even conceive in our wildest imagination, and here we have the youngest inductee in the history of the International Sports Hall of Fame. Let's give it up for Kirstie Ennis. And all you inductees, you have to wear the medal through the ceremony for the picture.
Come on, folks, let's give it up for her. Come on!
Absolutely, it was an honor to serve. So on my second deployment to Afghanistan, while serving in the United States Marine Corps as a helicopter door gunner, my helicopter went down. As a result of the crash, I sustained various injuries: a traumatic brain injury, damage to my spinal cord, damage to my arms, my ears, my eyes, and the loss of my left leg. Prior to my injuries, I wasn't an athlete. Now, endurance and adventure athletics are my way of life. I can honestly say that I wouldn't be who I am or where I am without my injuries. They have given me purpose and a platform. I started all of this because I didn't have the role model that I needed or wanted when I was in the hospital. So now, I constantly remind myself of the people watching, the young ones who need someone to be a pillar of hope, the men and women looking for inspiration to keep going, and the non-believers waiting for me to prove them wrong. My why is not about me anymore. It's about all of the sets of eyes that are on me. I would not wish what I've been through on my own worst enemy. It has been a blessing and a curse. A curse in that I have suffered extreme amounts of loss at a very young age, but a blessing in that had my injury sustained in Afghanistan not happened, I wouldn't be here with all of you. In the end, the people I've helped, the people around me, and the people in front of me today were all worth it. I have never been one to be impressed by status, fame, or wealth. I'm impressed by people being good humans, regardless of what they have or who they are. While it is an honor to be recognized and to be inducted into the 2020 International Sports Hall of Fame, I'm humbled to be on the stage alongside these amazing individuals and the other Hall of Famers. Thank you, Dr. Bob, for creating this organization, award, and show, and for inducting me as an adaptive athlete. I've always believed that able-bodied athletes are an amazing display of what the human body is capable of, while differently abled athletes are a display of what the human spirit is capable of. I will use this award as a reminder to remain relentless in my efforts for the adaptive athletes to come. I was fortunate enough to meet Randy Couture several years back. I think I was meant to be intimidated by one of the greatest fighting legends, But Randy quickly became a friend, a mentor, and ultimately a role model. Thank you, Randy, for believing in me and my mission of using sports to improve the quality of life for others. Friends like you are the reason that I haven't quit. I also have Randy to thank for introducing me to Fairfax Hackley. Thank you, Fairfax, for having faith in me and trusting in Randy and his recommendation. I am grateful for all of your hard work in making this happen for me and organizing this event. And last, but certainly not least, thank you to the rest of my support system, my dad and friends that are here today. Thank you.
Now, we like our inductees to go home with a few different trinkets or very special mementos from this day. So not only do they have that monster medal that they have to wear on their desk, so every day to remind them, we have a beautiful medallion, and these are all 18-karat gold-coated medallions that go on their desk, so every day they don't have to wear their medal every day, but they have something more simple to carry with them. Also, every inductee gets their own beautiful patch to put on their jacket, all handmade, their own cufflinks, buttons, and lapel pin. So you guys are fully outfitted. And finally, they get their own International Sports Hall of Fame jacket, all custom made. I'm getting a 4X for you because I knew you were big, but 4X, and I'm getting 2 smaller ones made. But Johnny, I got a double X for you. But I'll have that sent to you guys. So you guys will all have your own international, and you're all 8th degree black belts as far as I'm concerned.
Nice.
All right. Our next inductee. I have the honor of serving on the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition with this next individual. This is a legend icon, not only from his sporting career, but the kind of person that he is. Johnny Damon, I've had the honor of spending time with him in multiple occasions at the White House and elsewhere. And when you talk about a class act, Johnny is that. American baseball outfielder superstar. He played in Major League Baseball for the Kansas City Royals, Oakland Athletics, Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, Detroit Tampa Bay Rays, and the Cleveland Indians. During his senior year in high school, he was rated the top high school prospect in the country by Baseball America. He was also named USA Today's High School All-America team and was the Florida Gatorade Player of the Year. He was selected by the Kansas City Royals in the first round in 1992 draft. One of his best seasons came in 2000 when he led the American League in runs with 136 and stolen bases with 46. In 2002, he led the league in triples, 11, and became the first player selected by fans in the inaugural American League All-Star Finals vote. Johnny also became only the second player in Major League Baseball history since 1900 to record 3 base hits in a single inning. He's the first Yankee to have 6 hits in a 9-inning game since Merrill Hague accomplished that feat in 1934. He went on to win play on 2 World Series teams, which is quite an honor, and that's where we always have a lot of fun when we see each other. He shows his 2 big rings. And in 2011, Damon went 4 for 4 for his first inning single that moved him past Ted Williams' all-time hit list. So not only is Johnny a remarkable athlete, but the thing about him is this guy is always giving back. He's always trying to do more for others, and he leads by example, by his personality, by his sheer will, and by his kindness to everyone. So when anybody comes up to him, they get a big smile, and what can I do for you? What can I do for you? That's actually what I've always said to Arnold the last 35 years. What can I do for you? So Johnny, come on up. Now, I know he can handle this.
I want to thank everybody for making it out to Columbus, and this is my first time here, so I'm very honored. I know there's been a few things that have changed, but I definitely need to make our way back next year to enjoy this wonderful celebration. I'm very humbled and very gracious to be accepting this award. Thank you, Dr.Bob Goldman, for the recommendation of this honor. I'd like to congratulate all the other inductees, Kirstie Ennis, Lesley Visser, and Eddie George. And thanks to the International Sports Hall of Fame for recognizing me for the impact I had on the game of baseball. Being a fan favorite in every city I played in, I always tried my best. I played hurt, I never made excuses, and I always took the blame when things weren't going right for the team because I could handle it. I could, if someone said something bad about me, big deal. I'll get up, I'll fight through everything, and because of that, I was able to win a couple of these world championships. So if you guys have never seen a World Series ring, catch me afterwards, and I'll let you hold them and take pictures of them, and we'll make sure we sanitize them afterwards. But I respected the game with a passion, and being inducted into this Hall of Fame shows testament to who they celebrate, and they celebrate champions. And winning one in Boston after 86 years of after 86 years of not winning. You're welcome, Lesley, for making the Red Sox champions again. And obviously the much-hated rival, the New York Yankees, which I absolutely love, the best organization in sports. They keep bringing me back and keep paying me a lot of money, so that's a good reason as well. My postseason, this is what comes from it, and the postseason that I had with Boston, the Grand Slam against the Yankees, has put me in this unfamiliar territory where all of a sudden I made everybody in New England very happy, and all the Red Sox fans very happy, and I'm always going to be remembered for the Grand Slam, and I'm very proud of it. And then a few years later with the New York Yankees, the double steal where everybody was kind of calling me crazy and what am I doing, but stealing 2 bases on 1 play in the World Series, we were able to get this World Series ring because Brad Lidge couldn't throw his slider anymore, and because of that, A-Rod was able to get a great hit, and we went on and defeated the Philadelphia Phillies. So I know there are a lot of champions in this room, and that's why we compete, is to be champions, and I was fortunate to be a champion twice. So it's an honor to be in this room full of great athletes and great champions now, and I am very happy to be a part of this family and this community. I salute all of you. Thanks, Robert Wilkins, for being here, a great friend of mine who's on the President's Council for Sports Fitness and Nutrition, along with Dr. Bob. And I also want to thank my wife, Michelle, for being here and looking so lovely even after 6 kids. You still look absolutely stunning. And thank you again to the International Sports Hall of Fame. You made a perfect choice.
Ready. Announcing Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Thank you. Sit down. Relax. I mean, Bob and I, we're not used to just, doing the fist stuff, right? Like this. I know. Yeah. We're the huggers. We like to hug each other. No kissing, though. No. But anyway, I just wanted to come by quickly and just say hello and just say it's really great to have all of you here. As you can see, it's not like a packed room, but we were not allowed to bring any spectators in here except family members and coaches and stuff like that. And that was a lot of wrestling to do that because they wanted us to cancel the entire Arnold's Classic weekend. And we said we're more than happy to, not more than happy, but we were willing to cancel the expo, which really attracts 250,000 people, so we understand that there's too many people coming together and that there was a danger of the disease, of the virus and all that. But we said the sports will continue, and some of the events like this one will continue, and we would just not sell any tickets and do all that and stick with the rules, but as it's really nice to have all of you here and to have this event go on. And I want to just say congratulations to all the recipients of the awards. You guys deserve it. I mean, Bob spends a lot of time every year to go through the list of people that really deserve to be elevated and to put the spotlight put on it. And so he's very, very thoughtful about that. And that's why we are very happy to have this event here as part of the Arnold Classic Sports and Fitness Festival. And I think that, in order to really promote health and fitness, we need to use the kids that are performing as cheerleaders, to gymnastics, to the weightlifters, bodybuilders, the track and field athletes, the football players, the basketball players, everybody, including the recipients here that are all such great idols and have done such extraordinary work in their life besides just sports. And so we think the world of you. Thank you very much for being such great examples and having people be admiring you and being inspired by you. I'm inspired by you. So thank you very much for having us here, and thank you all for being here today. Thank you.
Our next inductee. Now, this is a woman who is really all about first, and this is a new category in terms of sportscaster. Lesley Visser is a woman of first, a truly remarkable history and legendary career. She's the most highly acclaimed female sportscaster of all time. Lesley has been inducted into 6 Hall of Fames, as she is often recognized as the first woman enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the first woman to report from a Super Bowl sideline, the first woman to cover the NFL as a beat, the first and only woman to present the championship Lombardi Trophy at the Super Bowl, the first woman sportscaster to carry the Olympic torch, the first woman on Monday Night Football, and the first female analyst on both radio and TV. She is the only sportscaster, male or female, to have worked on the network broadcasts of the Final Four, the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, the Olympics, the World Series, the Triple Crown, the World Figure Skating Championships, and U.S. Open Tennis. She was voted the #1 female sportscaster of all time by the National Sportscasters of America. Lesley was elected to the Sports Writers Hall of Fame for her work at the Boston Globe magazines and CBS.com. She was voted to the Sportscaster Hall of Fame for her work with CBS, ABC, and HBO, and she was the only woman to ever win the Billie Jean King Outstanding Journalist Award and was honored as the first woman Lombardi Fellow. In 2016, she won the Newsom Award for Lifetime Achievement, first given to Walter Cronkite. She has the privilege of reporting from the Berlin Wall in 1989 and so many other things. This is truly an iconic person. We felt it warranted a new category because she has not only brought so much great joy to the world through her professionalism, through her sharing her knowledge, and the way that she is able to turn, even when she's getting interviewed, she ends up interviewing the interviewer. So it's truly remarkable. Let's give it up for Lesley Visser.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Lesley.
Yikes, all that, but I still have to follow Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it is, I'm a little nervous. Just like all the recipients, I am so honored and humbled to be here. Thank you, Dr. Bob Goldman, also to Fairfax Hackley, and my friend Dan Solomon, of course, Governor Schwarzenegger, who's brought so many athletes and civilians, people like myself, to a worldwide, a global event. I don't think the governor remembers this, about 17 years ago, CBS assigned me to your event. And as you've heard, I'm pretty much a baseball, basketball, football guy, but CBS assigned me, and I came here. I did not know much about your sport, but the great Dan Solomon, wherever he is, where are you, Dan? Dan just gave me all the time I needed, perspective, confidence, information, and I loved it. I loved it. I said to CBS, we have to have this every year, like the Final Four, like the Masters. I thought, gosh, what an international and compelling and kind event, and you all root for each other, which isn't always the case in a lot of sports, so I'm very, very proud to be here. I also have both personal and professional great respect for the other honorees, and I want to tell you, yes, I'm a born, bred, and bled Red Sox fan, and so Johnny Damon, and Michelle had to share him with, he was the most beloved athlete in Boston, and we cherished him, and of course, that World Series. And then I think about 10 minutes later, you signed with the Yankees? Right, yeah. 10 minutes later. The evil empire, right? I mean, we just live to hate the Yankees, if anyone here is from Boston. So he went there, and both Johnny and I contribute to Joe Torre's charity, and we were on the red carpet, and I said, am I speaking to you? And he said, well, I did help bring you the first World Series since 1918. So I said, well, okay, there's that. And I had the privilege of being on the 2000 Super Bowl sideline. It was ABC. I was at ABC then, and it was such a glorious, I know, don't cover your ears, Eddie, because it was so glorious, and I was 20 feet from that final play. Kevin Dyson and Mike Jones, the linebacker from the Rams. But it looked like, even to me, didn't it look like it to you? Yeah, his arm went over. It's so fitting that you're honoring one of your own. I mean, I don't know how many athletes have their number retired in both college and the pros, but there was nothing like being up close and seeing Eddie George rumbling down the field. So I'm so impressed with him too. And I would have to say, I think Kirstie, she's the noblest of us all, and you just cannot be honored enough, Kirstie, and that speaks for all of you who have served in the military. I have some of my family here. My husband, Bob, who served in the Army and grew up on East 12th Avenue, and he's so proud to be here. He thinks the whole world goes through Columbus. Like, no matter what happens in the world, he thinks it goes through Columbus. His daughter, Amy, is here, and his grandson, Brady. And it's been a real privilege to come back to Columbus and see it through a native's eyes. So I thank you all so much. Probably the inspiration that I could offer you is that whatever it is you think that you want to do in life, I don't care if you're black or white or Catholic, Protestant, Muslim, Hindu, Methodist, I am the example you can do it. Because when I decided I wanted to be a sports writer, which was when I was 10 years old, and we were living actually in Cincinnati at the time, and my mom said to me, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I said, I want to be a sports writer, which was like saying, I want to go to the moon. The job did not exist, and all of you were all parents. My mom changed my mind in one sentence. She said, that's great. Sometimes you have to cross when it says don't walk. So it gave me, really permission to kind of go after my dream. But when I started, I was the first woman to cover the NFL in this country, and the credentials that I wore, not as glamorous as this, but the credentials actually on them said, no women or children in the press box. So what I want from all of you, and I thank you all so much for having me, I want you to dream it, I want you to do it, and I want you to come back and tell us about it. Thank you.
Our final inductee for today, not only hometown legend, but global legend. And I had the honor of meeting Eddie back in 2012 during the Arnold Sports Film Festival. And when the town of Columbus and the whole state of Ohio actually found out that he was coming back, the excitement was unbridled. Eddie George is the only second NFL running back to rush for 10,000 yards while never missing a start, joining Jim Brown. He has started more consecutive regular season games than anyone, 128 games. He's a Heisman Trophy awardee and won several NFL Rookie of the Year awards. Throughout his tenure as one of the NFL's premier running backs, he won the 1997 AP's Offensive Rookie of the Year honors, as well as 4 consecutive trips to the Pro Bowl. He was drafted as the first round with the Houston Oilers, Tennessee Titans, and owns virtually every franchise rushing record. Eddie led the AFC champion Titans to the Super Bowl in 2000. While at Ohio State, he was the 1995 Heisman Memorial Trophy awardee, Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, Jim Brown Award winner, and inducted into the College Hall of Fame. In the NFL, he was the 1996 NFL AP Offensive Rookie of the Year, 4-time Pro Bowler, and inducted into the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame. Here's a gentleman, an icon who has crossed so many borders, not only as an athlete, as a fitness legend, but someone who gives back to children, inspiring, and even a great acting career. Let's give it up for a true legend, Eddie George. And all the people I know, this is no problem. Oh, shit.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, man. Yes, appreciate it. Thank you. It's an honor. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. Wow. This thing is heavy. Let me build my shoulders back up for this one. Thank you. So glad to be back in Columbus, back at home. Go Bucks, OH. There we go. That's Ohio, in case you can't spell. But no, it really is truly moved. I'm beyond words, honestly, for this great award, this recognition. I'd like to, again, congratulate the rest of our inductees. Kirstie, you are an absolute example of perseverance and grit. Thank you for your service. Johnny, man, you are just an amazing athlete, amazing human being, humble beyond belief, just a beautiful spirit. Leslie, you are the example of excellence. I mean, gosh, your list just went on, and I'm the first to do this, it's amazing, and thank you for covering my career during my time and reminding me once again of losing the Super Bowl. Thank you for that. Dr. Goldman, thank you so much for having this event here. Governor Schwarzenegger, for so many years as an athlete here at Columbus, Ohio, was very familiar and aware of the Arnold and all the people that have come around the world to our city and to give back in such a great way. Fairfax, where are you, brother? I love you, man. This man has put on a great event, made this weekend very special for us. He's behind the scenes. You deserve a round of applause, my man. You are truly a Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. Ecclesiastes 4:9. I have to say that I've been blessed to have more than just two in my life. My family, who's not here, my wife, my lovely wife, Tamara Johnson George, my sons, Eric and Jair, my mother, my father, teammates, the community of Columbus, they've all supported me through my ups and my downs. And they are the reason why I stand on this platform today, because of their unwavering commitment in me, their faith in me, their belief in me, them holding me accountable, pushing me to be the absolute best human being I could be. That's during my football life and currently during my career after football. It is truly a tremendous honor to have this award and to be recognized in this capacity, because the awards that I've received in my life, the Hall of Fames, the Heisman Trophy, all of it, the retired jerseys, that's just a platform for my next passion in life, and that's giving back to the youth, to inspire them, to motivate them, to encourage them to be the best people that they can be in their lives. And that's all this is. It's a conduit to fulfill my life purpose, and I hope that people can be inspired by that. And honestly, I just want people to be inspired to live out your dreams through your passion, your patience, and your perseverance. Once again, thank you for having me. Thank you for making this weekend great. Again, congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.